Hot dogs are...
I don't care how bad this is. I don't care if they're literally saying they're chopping up people after they die and turn them into hot dogs. Nothing would stop me from eating these. I don't care how bad it is.
all-American fare, but most likely it was German sausage makers who first came up with the idea. In fact, there are reports of German immigrants selling them in pushcarts in New York's Bowery as far back as the 1860s.
Like, it may not look like much, but you're looking at one of the best things ever created right here.
A century and a half later, hot dogs are still the #1 treat on the street.
Oh, man. I'd love to be laying right there. Just having them rain down on me.
Each individual hot dog is made from a mix of pork, beef, and 2,040 chickens.
What?
The cuts of meat they start with are called trimmings and come from animals that are too sick to be housed in typical meat production plants.
Wait, run that by me again?
40 chickens. The cuts of meat they start with are called trimmings and come from animals that are too sick to be housed in typical meat production plants.
What?
The trimmings are pushed through grated metal plates, simultaneously grinding the meat and producing strings for high-quality mops.
That looks so disgusting, but it is what it is.
Other regurgitated foods are collected and added to the ground meat, followed by food starch, salt, and mustard scooped up from the factory floor.
Huh?
Foods are collected and added to the ground meat, followed by food starch, salt, and mustard scooped up from the factory floor.
What you mean scooped up from the floor?
Ground up pieces of Mars rock are also added to the mixture to give the hot dogs
Oh, this is a fake video! What?
Ground up pieces of Mars rock are also added to the mixture to give the hot dogs a flavor that's out of this world. Water is added to the mix, which is then rolled to prevent it from hardening into concrete.
Abby with the 5.
Then corn syrup is also added, because all food products in America are legally required to be at least 10% sugar.
What? That is nasty looking!
The addition of yet even more water helps dilute the product into a flavorless paste, which is regrettably pureed into a fine emulsion.
God. Wait, is that actually what hot dogs are, though?
Long rolls of plastic wrap are loaded into the stuffing machine. It pumps the meat in, twisting it every 5 1/4 inches, which is exactly what Paula here wishes her husband would do more of in the bedroom.
Okay, but what are you, bro? Dude, I thought this was a legitimate video.
It takes just 35 seconds to make a chain of a whopping 10 hot dogs. Then these hot dog chains are linked together and loaded into another machine, ordering them by color.
Bro. Them things look good,
The hot
though.
dogs are drenched in pig sweat to enhance their flavor.
Yeah,
and then
okay, buddy.
they're taken into an oven with several cooking zones. Hot out of the oven, the hot dogs are drenched in chilled pig sweat, this time to cool them down for packaging.
You know what's crazy? All of this could be true and I'd still eat them. That's the most disgusting part about this video.
The black stripes on the hot dogs disappear for no reason, and a small child in disguise as a factory worker plays with his food.
That's crazy. Yo, Abby with another
The hot
5.
dogs are positioned for packaging, and no matter how humanely or efficiently this process is done, vegans will still complain about it.
Wow. I thought this video was real. Chad, did y'all not think it was real at first? I thought it was an actual how it's made video. Those videos are good. Chad, what's the best how it's made video? Oh my goodness, I remember this show. Oh my.
Hello and welcome to Snacks Unwrapped, where we're going inside the wrapper to uncover the truth about our favorite between meal treats. I'm Mark Summers. Snacks have been around, well, probably since someone stopped in the middle of the day and said, "Hey, I'm hungry." In fact, the oldest snack is believed to be pork rinds. They're popular now.
What?
They were popular centuries ago in China. So let's start unwrapping. Recognize these little yellow sponge cakes?
Yeah.
Hostess Twinkies. They're more than a snack. They are practically a food group. You could trade a Twinkie for almost anything at school. And here's the tasty tidbit. They're named after a shoe called Twinkle Toes. So let's head to Twinkie Central, the Hostess Bakery in Schiller Park, Illinois, and get a tour of production.
Twinkies!
Here in Schiller Park, Illinois, they've got decades of experience making Twinkies.
No, they ain't gonna show us like what it actually is though. This is too friendly. It needs to be somebody with a hidden camera back here.
In fact, it's where the cream-filled snack was invented in 1930. It all started with a plant manager named Jimmy Dewar, who had lots of unused baking pans shaped like dessert shells.
One day he was driving down in St. Louis and saw a Twinkle Toes billboard, and he got the idea of calling the product Twinkies, and he would take the
Dude,
dessert.
everything is stolen from something. That is the sad part about life. Dude, everything is stolen. What is even original?
Shell, inject it with cream, and call it a Twinkie.
Dan Angst is general manager of the Hostess plant, so he knows the golden facts about Twinkies.
The process of making a Twinkie starts
I want
with
one of those shirts, by the way, just saying. That thing goes hard.
making the dough.
Take one huge mixing bowl. The big ingredients like flour and water are dropped in by a machine. Others in smaller quantities are added by hand. The mixer is a guy who supervises the whole process and knows when the mix becomes a batter.
This ain't nasty enough. I need it to be something like gross. And to be like, oh my goodness, they do that? You know what I mean? This is all too friendly.
The batter is pumped into individual molds, but look carefully. The curve comes from the shape of the pan, kind of like a bread pan. That's a secret. Twinkies are actually made upside down. All you see as they bake is the bottom of each cake.
After the mix is done, we pump the dough into the pan, and the pans go through a 75-foot oven for approximately 12 minutes.
75-foot oven. That reminds me of that Mr. Ballin video where that dude went in to work on that oven. He got trapped in there and they cooked him alive. Y'all remember that video?
Obviously, you don't want to bake it too long because if it gets dark, people are used to a very nice, soft sponge cake.
How y'all not seen that?
After the oven, the cake cools for almost 45 minutes, while the filling is made in another part of the plant. And here's a little-known secret about the filling flavor.
What?
Originally, the first Twinkie was filled with banana, but during World War II, there was a banana shortage. And so they had to change to the vanilla cream filling that everyone enjoys today.
Hey, that was a good move, because ain't nobody gonna eat them things if it's banana action. Ain't nobody trying to eat that.
Next, let's uncover the secret to filling a Twinkie. It's these metal tubes which inject the cream into each sponge cake, and all you end up with is 3 little holes.
To make it look very presentable in the package, we have the 3 entry points of the needles that they're filled.
Man, Twinkies are boring, bro. Ain't nothing special going on with no Twinkie action. Bubblegum? That thing got 24 million views. Did I see this before?
Chewing gum dates back to the ancient Greeks who chewed resin from trees. Chewing gum was patented in the U.S. in 1869 by, believe it or not, a dentist. In 1928, another American invented bubblegum. Bubblegum comes in gumballs of all colors and sizes. But for blowing
You wanna know what the best gum is? The little balls that are sour. Y'all know what I'm talking about? It's the sour gum. Dude, them things so good. Bro, the little gum balls that got some sour action on them. Bro.
bubbles, nothing beats the chewy, gooey pink stuff in the twist wrap.
That's cap. That's not even nowhere near the best gum.
It all starts with a gum base, the stuff that makes gum chewy. Traditionally, the base...
Who are y'all calling a crybaby? Or is that a brand of gum? I've never had no crybaby. Oh, is that what they're called? Oh. That's what they're called. My bad. My fault.
This came from tree resin. Today, it's synthetic, made of plastics and rubbers.
Huh?
They pour the gum base into a mixer. Plastics and rubber. The base came from tree resin. Today, it's synthetic, made of plastics and rubbers.
No wonder you ain't supposed to swallow it.
They pour the gum base into a mixer. Then add color and flavoring.
That's kind of crazy.
As it begins mixing, they pour in glucose syrup, a sweetener. Because it's liquid, it helps keep the gum base soft. Next, they add dextrose, a powdered sweetener. They blend
Yeah, that's what kills you right there. That dextrose, that's what kills you right there. I've heard bad things about dextrose. I think I'm lying. I don't know what I'm talking about. But it sounds like it would kill you.
Ingredients for about 20 minutes. The stirring action builds up heat, which melts everything together.
It looked good, though. Okay, I get it. Okay, we got it. Okay, next clip. Okay, next clip. Okay, next clip.
The mixture's ready when it reaches the consistency of bread dough.
Yo, Dextrose with the 5 gifted, thank you. Thomas with the 5 as well, thank you.
They transfer it by cart to a machine called the pre-extruder.
Uh-oh, the pre-extruder.
The machine squeezes the mixture through a narrow opening, like squeezing toothpaste from the tube. This transforms the big, bulky wad into thin, manageable strips that can then go through the extruders.
Yo, Ald with the 10, W, Ald with
The
the 10.
extruders squeeze each strip down to the
Now
actual
it looks like bubblegum because it's got them little ridges on it.
width of a piece of bubble gum. It comes out as one long, continuous stream to be cut into bite-sized pieces later on. This extrusion process heats up the gum. If they were to cut and wrap it now, it would stick to the wrapper. So the next stop is a cooling chamber.
Yeah, they gotta
The
cool
gum
that
goes
gum. Because if not, it's going to stick to the wrapper.
in for 15 minutes at between 3 to 7 degrees Celsius.
Yo, chat, I get it, bruh. I see the pink. I see the emote, dude. I see it. Y'all goofy, bro.
When the bubble gum comes out, it's cooled down enough for what they call the cut and wrap.
Ooh, that's the wrapper
One
right
machine does both jobs in a
there. Yo,
fraction
cheese
of
with
a
the 10, W, cheese. Appreciate you, cheese.
second. Watch the action in slow motion.
I'm watching.
As the continuous stream of gum enters on one end, the machine cuts it into bite-sized pieces, pushes each piece into a wax paper wrapper, then twists both ends of the wrapper closed.
What? She said watch the action like it was going to be something crazy. That's how she wanted me to react. Watch the action. It's just nothing. Yo, rule with the 5W rule.
Here's the slow motion replay from a different angle.
No. Oh my goodness, no way.
Here's
Did you
the
see
slow
that?
motion replay from a different angle.
It's not slow enough.
Here's the slow motion replay from a different angle.
Oh my God. You see the action, the spin action? Absolute cinema. Wow. Wow. Yo, Ald with another 5. Thank you.
The machine processes 900 pieces of bubblegum per minute.
That's kind of okay, can you stop with the flashing? Like, bro, there could be people with epilepsy in here. Stop. Yo, Knuckle with the 10. W Knuckle with the 10. Appreciate you.
Last stop, packaging. The bubblegum moves on to a scale that automatically weighs out the right amount
Oh, yeah,
per
that's
tub.
them big jugs. That's a 10-pound jug.
They seal the tub with plastic to make it airtight. This keeps the bubblegum fresh. Ever wonder why bubblegum is pink? It's because that's the only color Walter Deemer had on hand when he invented this treat back in 1928.
So he never got access to any more. It's just he never bothered. Yo, Clunk with the 5. Thank you.
Since then, the color just stuck.
Ugh. How was there a oysters how it's made video, buddy? They're natural things. Ice cream sandwiches, how it's made? Oh man.
To make ice cream treats, you first have to make the ice cream.
For real? Those things are so good, bro. These are so good. Oh.
It all begins with fresh cream. The factory stores it in refrigerated silos at just a few degrees above freezing. The silos feed a high-speed mixer that blends the cream with other ingredients. The main dry ingredients are powdered skim milk and plant-based stabilizers and emulsifiers.
That's what kills you, them plant-based stabilizers. That's what kills you right there. It's got all them pesticides in it.
Stabilizers prevent the ice cream from crystallizing, and emulsifiers allow the mix to bond with air during the whipping process. The other ingredients are sugar and corn syrup.
That corn syrup will get you too. I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I'm probably right.
After about 3 minutes of mixing, a pumping system moves the mixture into pasteurization tanks and heats it to 162 degrees for half an hour, killing any bacteria and activating the stabilizer.
Could you imagine falling in that thing, bro?
Then the factory homogenizes the mixture, a process that breaks up the fat globules, giving the ice cream a smooth texture.
I like
The
me some
mixture is
ice cream.
cooled, and concentrated vanilla flavoring is added.
Check, y'all mess with gelato? Y'all ever had gelato? Bro, gelato good. Bro, gelato, bruh. It's low-key better than ice cream. Bro, gelato good, bro. I ain't gonna lie, it's so good. If you never had no gelato, yo, Alexis with the 5W Alexis. Yo, Che, you could get some at the dollar store. You ain't even got to go nowhere crazy to get it. You can go to the dollar store and get some gelato. Go to the store, get some gelato.
Then the concoction is chilled and whipped for about 15 seconds. Whipping blends the mix with air,
Ooh, that's
transforming
ice
it
cream
from
right there.
liquid
Look at that
to a
ice cream.
soft solid without air. The finished product would come out looking like frozen milk rather than ice cream if it wasn't whipped.
What you mean, you
The ice cream-
nerd? Frozen milk is ice cream.
Sandwich wafers are made of chocolate cake ingredients.
Ooh.
A filling machine feeds 2 lines of wafers toward an injection
Ooh.
pipe. Just
Look,
as 2
they're getting
wafers come together,
injected.
the machine injects a third of a cup of vanilla ice cream in between the pipe's head, fits the ice cream into a rectangular slab that fits perfectly between the wafers.
Man.
All this happens at a rate of 140 ice cream sandwiches per minute.
Oh my goodness. That's 140 ICS a minute. Dude, that's a lot of ice cream sandwiches.
As the sandwiches move on to packaging, the filling is still ice cold from the freezing phase, so there is no threat of meltdown.
Them things be melting, you lying.
The packaging system raises each sandwich into a wrapper, then folds and tucks the ends. The next machine counts the sandwiches.
You know
and
what
inserts
sucks
them into
about these? Half the
boxes.
time when you get one and you
Once
open it, it
sealed,
breaks
the
apart when you
boxes
open
go
it.
directly into a storage freezer at minus 22 degrees. On another line, ice cream cone production is underway. A feeder drops pre-wrapped sugar cones
Oh,
in a
bro,
holder
these
on
are better. The cones, you got the little peanuts on top, they're better.
a conveyor belt.
Oh, man. Look at them things, bro.
Sprayers coat the insides with a chocolatey layer, which add flavor and creates a barrier between the cones and ice cream.
Oh, they
so the cone
taking
remains
dookies
crispy
in
until
them.
you eat it. Next, nozzles squirt in the ice cream filling. 1 production line, 2 flavors. 1 row gets vanilla ice cream, the other chocolate.
Vanilla, please.
Now for a tasty surprise in the cone's core, an injection
Bro, what you doing, man?
of liquid caramel.
Now you can keep
This
the
factory
caramel.
also makes chocolate and strawberry sauce inside.
Strawberry.
Next, a chocolate-flavored liquid topping. Then the crunchy finishing touch, a layer of chocolatey-coated puffed
what
rice.
peanuts. Them things look good too, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Finally, the cones move under a lid dispenser that applies a wax-coated paper lid to each one. A heating element instantly melts the wax, sealing the lids to the cone's paper
Yeah, you
sleeve.
gotta melt it so it, yep.
From here, the ice cream cones go into boxes, then straight into the freezer, ready to take a licking.
Whoa! Hey. Hey.
Pack their
You
lunch
better
bags.
chill out. Yo. Y'all wanna do one more. Hot sauce? Hot sauce? It's gonna be Frank's?
When it comes to cuisine, some like it hot. A quick way to satisfy a piquant-loving palate is with a splash or 2 of hot sauce.
Tabasco kind of mid, though.
Typically served with Mexican foods such as nachos, tacos, and burritos. It can also spice up everyday fare such as eggs, potatoes, and sandwiches. This American company has been producing hot sauce, also called a pepper sauce,
Dude, I
since
hate beans, bro. Beans are so nasty. I hate beans. I hate them. Beans is like, whoa. What is it? I think it's some gumbo. I like gumbo, but I don't like that gumbo. I don't know what that is. It's something. Somebody just said TOS. Bro, this ain't Dookie, bro. What are you talking about? This is food.
1868. Its signature version is made from Tabasco peppers, a type of chili pepper. The brand also comes in additional varieties, using habanero, chipotle, and green jalapeno peppers.
Is that
the
Frank's
company has
plant?
pepper fields at its home base in Louisiana, as well as in Central and South America, using seeds harvested from the Louisiana crop. The company president uses his experienced eye to select the best plants for seed extraction.
He don't
Those
know
with
nothing.
even and early ripening juicy peppers, well-formed layered branches, and healthy damage-free leaves. He marks his selection with a string. Then pickers harvest.
That's a lot of peppers, bro. If you're ever getting chased by like a giant demon that's like the size of a skyscraper, you need to run to one of these fields and make him trip and fall down here. You'll burn his eyes and you can get away.
Harvest those peppers and send them to the seed extractor. The peppers are hand-picked for sauce production as well. To determine which
Why you
ones
sitting there measuring like this dude knows something? You don't know nothing about no hot sauce. Step aside, buddy.
are ripe enough, the pickers use what Cajuns call a petite Baton Rouge, French for little red stick. If a pepper matches the color of the stick, they harvest it. If not, it stays on the plant. It's labor-intensive, but ensures only the perfect peppers go into the sauce.
Why not just get a machine to do this, bruh? And just make all them dudes lose their job. See, they should make me run this company. We make all these dudes lose their job, I just put a machine there. That's a joke, by the way. That's a joke.
Within hours of harvesting, the factory grinds the peppers and mixes them with salt. This creates a mash, which then goes into oak whiskey barrels to ferment and age.
Whiskey, so everybody that uses hot
Wooden
sauce
barrels
is
breathe,
drinking.
letting in just
Yo,
enough
miss my
air
bits
to
with the
spur
5
natural
gifted.
yeast growth, the key to fermentation. But not too much air, which would discolor the mash and produce a metallic flavor.
Yo, KSW, Arthur,
After laying paper on top of the mash to prevent surface discoloration, workers seal the barrels. Then they spread a layer of salt over the top.
L drinker, chat. Y'all all be drinking if you eat hot sauce.
The barrels now go to the warehouse, where the mash ferments and ages for 3 years.
3 years?
Fermentation releases carbon dioxide gas, which forces liquid out through a vent hole in the top of the barrel. The salt absorbs the liquid and hardens. After the 3-year fermentation and aging period, they break up the salt and open the barrel.
What?
What was once pungent and acrid is now aromatic, with a mellow, complex flavor. However, it still needs significant refining.
Oh my goodness, you know that's hot. It's straight up fermented?
So they pump it into large mixing tanks, add vinegar, then churn for 3 to 4 weeks. That's how long it takes for the vinegar to break down the pepper solids into smaller particles. During that process, the vinegar also takes on the color, flavor, and aroma of the peppers.
Man, that look good, bro.
The sauce requires no cooking whatsoever because the vinegar acts as a natural preservative.
True, I knew that.
The next step is a 2-stage milling process. The first mill extracts the pepper pulp. The second mill removes the seeds. The sauce is now finished. The quality control department analyzes samples from every batch of sauce for
Ooh, I wanna
viscosity,
be that guy.
pH, salt
Bro,
level,
she got
and
the
other...
best job ever. What you do for a living? I'm a hot sauce taster.
criteria. Lab technicians also perform taste tests for flavor, clearing their palate in between with crackers and cooling the fiery heat with ice cream bars.
They get to sit there and eat ice cream? Bro.
Once the batch gets the thumbs up, It's pumped to the bottling line. The company uses glass rather than plastic because glass is a better barrier against oxygen.
True, that's what I was
Oxygen
thinking.
penetration would adversely affect the flavor and color of the sauce.
Yeah, because if that oxygen penetration gets in there, it adversely affects the flavor and the color of the sauce. So they got to have glass so the oxygen penetration don't get in there.
The capping machine twists on a plastic screw cap. Then the bottles travel to the labeler, which adheres the main product label, slips on a decorative neckband, and applies a clear plastic seal over the cap.
Yeah. Man, look at all that hot sauce, bro.
Hot off the production line and ready to go.
Man. Bro, that's crazy, bro. It takes multiple years to put out some hot sauce. Ain't that crazy?